Hello and welcome to Network Africa. I am Adeshewa Josh. Now the wait is over. Pope Francis finally steps into African soil for the first time to address the continent's fast-growing Catholic congregation. The Pope arrived at the Jomo Kenyatta Airport in the capital Nairobi as cheers erupt. The welcome comes down the plain stair. The airport is packed with journalists, government officials and other dignitaries to welcome the Pope. And with this warm and cheerful welcome, it appears the concerns of insecurity may have dissipated into thin air. In the meantime, police are being deployed in the capital for the visit, which includes mass at the University of Nairobi on Thursday, which is now declared a national holiday. Government officials have said at least 10,000 officers will be involved. In Kenya, about 30% of the 45 million population are baptized Catholics, including President Uhuru Kenyatta.
As a Kenyan, I am very much elated by the Pope's visit because he's one person who has shown humility to humanity, and I think his visit also will help Kenyans to be humble. And apart from helping Kenyans to be humble, I think it's also an opportunity for the government to learn from him and continue with the war against corruption.
Well, let's bring you a list of countries with the most Catholic population in Africa. Well, topping that list is the Democratic Republic of Congo with 31 million Catholics. In Nigeria, have about 20 million. Tanzania, 14.2 million. Uganda, 14.1 million, and Angola is the last on that list with 10.8 million. Let's bring you the latest on the Pope's visit in Kenya. I'm now being joined by Jill Craig from Nairobi. Thank you so much for making our time. I know your schedule must be chaotic right now, but thank you for at least being able to speak to us. Well, give us the latest of the Pope's arrival in Nairobi. As we speak right now, I know the Pope is just leaving the airport. Describe the excitement on the ground for us.
The excitement is quite great, I must say. The Pope, as you mentioned, just arrived from Rome. He flew down the highway, I would say. There was a presidential motorcade in front of him with President Kenyatta and then lots of dignitaries. But I can tell you that the mood was jubilant. There were thousands of people, from our estimates, who lined the highway just to see the Pope. And every time that a new car came down, whether it was the president or one of the diplomatic cars, or even, to be honest, even the ambulance or the police car, people were cheering, and in between they were dancing and singing. And so I would say that people are very, very excited that Pope Francis is here.
I can imagine that they are very excited. Some of them have said it's a big sign for Kenya. Now tell us, even the airwaves have been talking a lot about the Pope's visits. What's on the agenda for the Pontiff in the next couple of hours?
Oh, sure. In the next couple of hours, he's scheduled, well, first of all, he's right now, I think he's probably made it by now, to State House, the president's home, where he'll be meeting with the president, and then also after that, he's meeting with diplomats. So that's, that'll be a big event for him tonight. And then I think that pretty much concludes this evening's events. And then tomorrow, he kicks it off with the large mass at the University of Nairobi, which is kind of the headliner event of this visit. So he's definitely got a full schedule ahead of him.
Oh, so also we've heard about some children from the slum who were doing a musical. I mean, what's the schedule of even the Kenyans? I'm asking from you right now for the Pope. What are they presenting to him?
Oh, what are they presenting? Well, I can tell you there's both informal and formal presentations. You mentioned the presentation by the children in Kangemi. There's also, just everyone, I shouldn't say everyone, a lot of people are dressed up. They've got Pope branded, congas, we call them here, the scarves, all sorts of posters, the banners welcoming him. So from an informal level, everybody is, lots of people are very excited the Pope is here. And also you've got many of the choirs many of the choirs from around Kenya have come together this evening well, actually for the last few days they've been practicing, and they will be performing tomorrow at the Mass. So there's all sorts of things going on right now, and I think that it's an exciting time for Kenya.
Okay, so let me ask you a little bit of the serious one now, which is the issue of security and also the issue of terrorism, that which Kenya has also been battling. Is the Pope likely to address these issues?
We think that he will address inter-ethnic and inter-religious violence during his time here. He's addressed that previously, and as we all know, unfortunately, the last few weeks have proven that this issue hits everyone around the world, not just Kenya. So we are expecting that he's going to address that. The specifics we're not quite sure of yet, but I will say that I think Kenyans are very much looking forward to what he has to say on that topic. When I spoke to people this evening, just lining the highway, waiting for the Pope to arrive, I can tell you that they definitely were very excited to be there. When I asked them about security, they said, for the most part, they said, it's a concern, but what are we going to do? We have to live our lives. So I think that, from the perspective of the ordinary person on the street, I think that they're just kind of, trying to make the best of circumstances, and they're just really excited the Pope is here.
Thank you so much, Jill Craig, giving us the latest on the Pope's visit. Right now, the Pope is in Kenya, and his schedule obviously is packed. We'll just keep an eye on the story as it evolves. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Well, let's take a short break on Network Africa. When we come back, Germany plans to send about 650 soldiers to Mali to bolster the UN peacekeeping mission there. Well, after a deadly landmine explosion killed a peacekeeper. In a moment.